Erin Andrews reveals heartbreaking news her surrogate experienced miscarriage with the sportcaster's second baby. This really sucks, but so many people are dealing with it, so if you feel alone and you feel like a failure, I do too, she says. Erin Andrews' surrogate has experienced a miscarriage. The sportscaster, 47, shared the devastating news during an episode of her podcast, Calm Down with Erin and Carissa, on Thursday, May 22nd. Andrews, who is already mom to 2-year-old son Mac with husband Jarrett Stoll, explains that her surrogate was pregnant with the couple's second baby and adds that she hadn't yet shared the news publicly. Andrews says she didn't initially want to do the podcast after getting the sad news earlier that day, but then decided it was a safe space to share her truth. We got some real news today that our surrogate had miscarried. So I have dealt with this before, but things were going really well. And her little heartbeat and her numbers were really good, so much, so I even told you guys a couple weeks ago because we thought we had such good news, says Andrews. But Ryan, you did such a bang-up job with this podcast today. I've been trying really hard to pay attention. I've just been tearing up the whole time and trying to stay focused, Andrews says to her podcast producer Ryan Music. But I'm also really good at suppressing my feelings, and work really helps me with that. Andrews says one of the biggest challenges she's had to face is learning to deal with all the ups and downs of surrogacy. Been sitting here thinking about Taylor Swift's song, I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. I'm really good at doing this with a broken heart, admits Andrews, who goes on to say that music had told her they could push back the podcast taping if she wasn't up to it. But I think I kinda made a promise to myself that when I was really open with how infertility has been and our journey with 2 surrogates, because we did lose. We had loss with our first surrogate, and then luckily with our second one, we had Mac. That I was just going to be honest with people, says Andrews. The sportcaster goes on to say that people often have no idea what others are dealing with. But like I said, when I was first dealing with all these infertility issues and loss, that I just wanted to let other people know that we're dealing with them, that I get it, and I understand. And I'm going to do that again, Andrews says. This really sucks, but so many people are dealing with it, so if you feel alone and you feel like a failure, I do too. But you're not the only one. Andrews says that for her, it's important to be honest about her experience because oftentimes people come forward about their success with in vitro fertilization, IVF, rather than their failure. I just wanted to be open with people and be like, this sucks. And today, this really does. It makes you really realize when I have my little boy, and today he was throwing a fit royale with us. It's like, you know what? It doesn't matter, she says. We'll be good. I was saying to Jarrett today, this is like the hardest part, admits Andrews. But I just didn't want to be back here in the loss column. After receiving support from her producer on air, Andrews thanks him for being so accommodating. Sometimes it's easier to do the work stuff than the real life stuff, says Andrews. You can wear a mask and just be talking about the man flu. And then you have to go home and deal with it.